Hi, everybody. It's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for February 2nd through the 8th. We are on approach to the full moon in Leo at 20 degrees on February 9th. So I'm going to pull cards for each sign after I talk about the astrology little channel message. What do we have going on this week? As you can see, I'm in the middle of doing a lot of readings. But I wanted to get this out because I have a crazy busy schedule all next week. I don't know when I'll get the chance to do this. I don't have a companion blog yet for this week, and here we go with the hair. I'm trying to let this grow out a little bit. Yeah, I don't have a companion blog. I don't know if I will have the time to do it. I'll try and fit that in. I just have so many bookings, which I'm grateful for. So anyway, let's get started. Tomorrow, as I'm recording this, today is January 31st. I keep seeing the post, January was the longest year, and it was, but we're in the final stretch on our way to spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. I know that here in the Philadelphia area, we have been so blessed with a very mild winter. And I think it's going to be 60 degrees all next week. So we had snow for about 5 minutes, about a half of an inch. That was the extent of it. So really lucky, second year in a row. I'm pleased. But Imbolc starts tomorrow or tonight, and it runs for the next couple of days. It is on the wheel of the year, as far as like Druid and pagan holidays that are celebrated. It's the beginning of the promise of spring that's coming. And so I always love that. It's also symbolized here in the United States, and I think Canada, maybe a couple of other parts of the world, with Groundhog's Day on February 2nd. So see, we still celebrate the holidays. They just change the names around for the sake of them not seeming like pagan holidays. And I'm not getting into that. But anyway, like the groundhog, he comes out to see if he sees his shadow, he runs back into his little burrow for another 6 weeks. Regardless, winter will still last 6 weeks. Historically or astronomically. But this time of year is celebrated because we are in the final stretch of winter. That was the purpose of it in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm not sure if you guys celebrate that down in the Southern Hemisphere, but winter is coming for you. On February 2nd, we're moving into the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Now, we can expect things to change, delays leading up to the actual retrograde, which occurs February 16th or 17th, depending on where you are. And that will last for 3.5 weeks, and then we enter the shadow period. The whole thing should be done with by March 30th. We don't put our lives on hold. Go and see last week's video where I talk about Mercury retrograde. You can also check out former blogs of mine where I find the positivity in a retrograde. This is also the first retrograde of nearly every planet, with the exception of Uranus this year. Let's see, the North Node will also be retrograding at 7 degrees Cancer, just for a little bit. Juno, who was Jupiter's wife, it's the jealous feminine side of ourselves. She's also retrograding. And I didn't write down the date, but I think it's February 8th at 21 degrees Libra. So this is talking about our feelings and love and balance, where our jealousies are arising. and where some possessiveness could be arising, and vindictiveness, retaliation a little bit if you're out of balance. Now the sun will be in Aquarius in the second house on the full moon. So that's talking to me about our values, what it is that we value. The full moon in Leo will be in the 8th house, both at 20 degrees. So that's speaking about our feelings and putting boundaries up around it. I know a lot of Leos are going through a lot of crap for the last couple months, probably most of the year. There is a yod, which is the finger of God pointing towards that Leo moon. And what I wrote down from in my notes, in my channel message. So the yod will involve the moon in Leo, Mars in Sagittarius, Neptune in Pisces. There's almost a grand trine also with Venus entering Aries. So it's like our love is on fire, or it could be ignited by that Juno retrograde. There's fire, there's action, there's passion, there's creativity that will be coming. So it really depends on what part of the spectrum you are on with yourself, how it's going to show up, how we're going to act, how we're going to take this fire energy and utilize it. You better love yourself, because if you're not loving yourself, loving that shadow part of yourself, you're going to have a really tough time over the next couple of months, especially when towards the end of the month, February 23rd through March 1st, I believe, Chiron, the wounded healer, and Black Lilith will both be conjuncting in Aries. They could be a very self-destructive time that starts off at this Leo moon. So I want you to all be cautious, be aware of how you treat yourself, how you feel about yourself, the thoughts that you have about yourself. You're going to have to learn to love all parts of yourself. People could be self-destructive with the moon in the 8th house. Ghosts and phantasms that hide in your closets can come out to haunt you again. And it's going to start, triggering very soon, especially we're going to have Mercury retrograde. So I have dogs in there. So it's not ghosts behind me, just so you know. Dogs are moving around. But speaking of, let me just finish this up. The ghosts that are in your closet, the things that haunt you, the things that you bury deep down inside of yourself that you don't like to face about yourself, they could be coming out over the next month. And discovering what you value most sticks out in the forefront. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to get to the cards. Speaking about the ghosts, now, if you watched my video last week, there were orbs in the video, and I loved all of your comments. I'm still waiting on some professional advice because I wanted professional opinion, although a lot of your opinions I do value so much, and I do believe it. I will say that the day before I recorded that video, I have been feeling a little down, and I get really skeptical. Even though I do this, and even though I know I contact the other side, I have a skeptical side. So there are times when even I lose faith as to, what is real, what is on the other side. Is there another side? My mind never stops thinking and analyzing. But anyway, I was really missing a lot of my animals, my mom, my grandparents. I was just having one of those days. So I called out to them and I asked my dogs, if you're still with me, please send me a sign. And, I do animal communication. So I really feel that in the video where that one big orb was, it looked like my one dog's paw print or paw on my shoulder, like a ghostly kind of print, because he had kind of a little bit of a deformed foot. He broke his leg in two places when he was 7 weeks old, spent the next 5 months in a cast, and so he had like this little split toe, and we called it starfish foot. If you go back to that video, you could pause it like right where the big orb is at 13 minutes and 33 seconds, and it looks like starfish foot on my shoulder. I do feel that it was also my mom because of the way the orb caressed my face, and I don't know which side it is on. Shh. Maybe she's seeing the ghosts of my animals, but I don't like people touching my face, and the only person I ever really allowed to touch my face was my mom, and that one orb definitely looks like it's kissing my cheek or caressing my face. So I feel that that was definitely my sign. There was just so many orbs throughout the video. I think that was them saying, yes, we are here. We're definitely here. Now, a couple of my friends, one of them, Wendy Harville, she is an angel weaver. She said, she and another woman, Noelle Way, both said that when energy like that is around us, it's a boost to our psychic abilities, our healing abilities, our gifts that we have. It's like you're getting a promotion or an upgrade. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Anyway, let me get on to these cards for each sign for the full moon. And I'm doing these early because the full moon comes in normally when I'm going to record the next week's video. So you'll have this, and I hope they'll be good. I'm just going to pull from the top. And then also, I am in the middle of recording all of the February tarot scopes. I have Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini already published. So go and check out Expressions of the Universe on YouTube and get your February horoscopes, tarot scopes. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm going to start with Aries because you're the first sign. All right, Dragon's Lair. So Aries, the Dragon's Lair speaks of walking around on eggshells, tiptoeing around situations, not waking the sleeping dragon, but Aries has a tendency to push, prod, and provoke. So this Dragon's Lair, I'm going to, I'll bring it up. The Dragon's Lair really talks about which side are you going to take? Are you going to quietly walk past the dragon, which is a situation in your life that you're not wanting to deal with, or are you going to prod and poke and provoke the dragon and aggravate it even more? So this is your warning, especially because the moon is in a sister fire sign. So Taurus, Field of Dreams. And I like this. I like this for the Tauruses. Field of Dreams, this is saying the world is your oyster. You dream as big as you possibly can. The universe is the limit. And your dreams can start to come true after this full moon. So make those wishes. Geminis, this is the Bone Collector. And this one, this kind of always kind of confuses me. What's the number of this? It's card number 1, which would indicate the self. The Bone Collector is one of two sisters that took two separate sides. So that's actually perfect for the Geminis. The Bone Collector, what I'm hearing is, well, we're talking about our values, what it is that we value, what it is that we love about ourselves, finding that love for ourselves. This is also talking about possessiveness and collecting things. This is also talking about what I just spoke about, an upgrade in abilities and being able to connect. This is a time for the Geminis to get grounded and get in contact with the earth. Instead of being so up in your head, you need that balance. So yeah, that's what I am getting from that. Cancer, it is slow and steady. So for the Cancers, slow and steady wins the race. It's a time for you to slow down a little bit. So interesting that this week coming up, the North Node in Cancer will be going retrograde, and that is a time to slow down. Take stock of what you have, take stock of what you value, discard the rest, and that is what I'm hearing. Discard the rest and fluff the nest. So Leos, all right, Leos, this is the magic prayer, and I love it. I love it because the full moon is in Leo, and I think Leos really need this magic prayer right now because you have been having a really tough time. The magic prayer says that you, not only you're getting this blessing, but you have to request it. You have to pray on it. You have to call out to the angels and your guides to send you this magic prayer. I'm going to be sending out the magic prayer to the Leos because I've been hearing from so many Leos, Leo sun signs, Leo rising signs, Leo moons, that it has been really difficult. Leo, so, okay. Virgo, it is encouragement. So, whenever I see this card, I think about a mother's love, the love that we get from a motherly figure, or the love that we give to somebody as like in a motherly type of way. And that can even be for men as well. But this is encouragement. This is saying that you need nurturing from your female friends, from a mother figure, somebody who can soothe and nurture you, walk you through this next phase in your life. And once again, I'm hearing from the angels, and they're saying you have to ask us, and we will come and nurture you. We will make sure that the right people show up in your life to help you out. Libra, this says commitment. I think this says commitment. So this is interesting because it's a hand in a hand. There's little hearts flying around. So Libra, committing to something that you love, making a new commitment. Some Libras may be getting engaged, maybe getting married, maybe becoming parents for the first time, starting new businesses. I would say this is all new ventures, starting new job, I'm hearing as well, or moving to a new home or a new place, a new location. So this is new beginnings of all different types for the Libra sun signs, rising signs, and moons. Scorpio. So we have storm fields. Now, one could think that this is an ominous card. However, storm fields are actually pretty good for the fact that, yes, they stir up chaos. Yes, they create a little bit of turmoil and turbulence, but when they clear, and they don't last forever, they come in, and then they're gone. So it's like kind of like a little hiccup, but when they are gone, they leave a ton of negative ions in the air, which is really beneficial for our energetic auric fields. And they cleanse the air, they clear the way. So I would say these storm fields, yes, you may have a little bit of a road bump, but after that, everything is going to be cleared on your path, and it should be smooth sailing. Okay, Sagittarius, sun signs, rising signs, and moons. And I love this for you guys. This is wishing well and your heart's desire. All you have to do is wish upon it, ask your guides, ask your angels to make your wishes come true. You have to feel it in your heart, and really be excited about whatever it is that you are seeking. I think the sky is the limit here as well, similar to the Taurus and the Leo. Taurus with that field of dreams, but wishing well, everything can turn into gold. Capricorns, this is balancing act. Now, I know the Capricorns have really been going through a tough time as well because we had so many planets, so many transits, so many different things transiting Capricorn. So whether you're a Capricorn rising, sun, or moon, and we all have Capricorn in our charts somewhere, we're all going through a rough time. But balancing act is just saying to stay steadfast in what you're doing. I feel like a lot of Capricorns are being pulled in different directions emotionally. You are doing a balancing act. You're trying to juggle too many things at one time, I feel, and you can't do anything well. It's a known fact that we really can't multitask because one thing will suffer. So do one thing at a time. Do what you can. Don't put too much on yourself. Just slow and kind of like Cancer, slow and steady wins the race. The balancing act is going to carry you pretty much at least for the next 2 weeks. I'm feeling. And I know that I'm hearing from my guides like Capricorns are crying uncle at this point. Just slow it down. You can say no, you don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to be the hero in everybody's story, Capricorns. Aquarius. Oh, I love this. Peaks of Joy. And so I'm trying to read these cards without my glasses, but Peaks of Joy are coming in for the Aquarians. I love this because the full moon is, directly opposite the sun in Aquarius on February 9th. But Peaks of Joy are saying that happy times are coming. That's pretty simple. Like, it's just happy, happy, happy times. And obviously, a lot of you Aquarians, you're celebrating your birthdays. Pisces, we're going to end that on Pisces. It's sad embrace. Pisces could be going through a little bit of a rough time with the Neptune transit in Pisces. I'm trying to think. Venus is also in Pisces. Stop feeling sorry for yourselves. This is a time for you to start to empower yourselves. Okay? And I just feel like the Pisces are going through the winter blahs. You need to get out. You need to get out into some water so that you can swim like little fishes. The winter has been rough on you. And so there's a lot of depression setting in. Trying to think where these transits are for the Pisces. So if Aquarius is in the second house for the full moon, Pisces is in the first house. So this would be you working on yourselves, your self-image. I feel like a lot of Pisces really don't like themselves so much. So they focus on other people so that they don't have to think about themselves. And so you got to stop and focus on yourself. Selves, Pisces. So now I didn't show you my other cards, and I did this all backwards, but the theme for the week, I didn't even pull cards for the week. Oh, shoot. I have my crystal card for the week. Oh, let's see. What do we have here? Flexibility. And it's always important for us to remain flexible at all times, not just this coming week, but this coming week. I think this is a message for me because I'm going to be so super busy this coming week that I will have to remain flexible. We're moving into the shadow of Mercury retrograde, which means any plans that you have can change at the last minute. and there could be delays, so we will have to remain flexible. That's part of how you get through a Mercury retrograde, is to allow yourself plenty of time, go with the flow, be okay if cancellations come in and things change and things shift. And like I said, I always have my headphones with me if I have to, go out into public, because I'll find that I'm waiting in line and I'll just put the music on and I tune everybody out. The crystal of the week is emerald, and I had a really nice emerald, but somebody stole it. And that was like 30 years ago, and I'm still really kind of not over it. So maybe I have to take this into consideration. This is about being receptive, to open up to giving and receiving both. The green definitely talks about the heart chakra. This is healing stone. This is about bringing love in, and you bring love in by not only giving, but opening yourself up to receiving. And it could even be compliments, lovely words, help from somebody else. So many of us out there are givers, 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 and we're terrible about opening up and receiving. I'm guilty. I'm working on it. I am working on it. I don't take help from anybody, and I'm trying to be open and receptive to that. I don't know. I don't know what cards I will use for the week, because I can't touch any of these. These are set up for the readings that I'm doing. I could just throw out 3 cards from the Naked Heart Tarot deck from Jillian C. Wild. And I will post, I'll have to do a blog, because I'll post the decks that I'm using in today's reading. I will post them in my blog so that you could go and check them out. All right. Let's see. This one looks good. This is 3 of Pentacles. And this is about teamwork, making the dream work. So that'll come in on Monday, February 3rd. My grandmother's birthday, my father's birthday, and my friend Honey's birthday. And this card will come in on Wednesday, the 5th. This is Ace of Wands, but it's in a reverse position. So I'm thinking that we're slowing down towards growth. We need to take some time and take stock of what we have already. That's what I'm hearing initially. And then one more card. Oh, I love this. And this is the name of the deck. And so coming in next Friday, which will be February 7th, yes, it is the Naked Heart. It's the epitome of this card, of the Emerald card, about being open and receptive to giving and receiving. So you'll have to come and check out Facebook and Instagram, where I will channel messages, mix it with the astrology for those cards on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think that's all I have for you for this week. Happy full moon. In bulk blessings. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and tell them all about how weird I am. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click my face. Click the little bell so you get notifications when new videos come out. And I am doing the February tarot scopes all this next couple of days. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, my blog at expressionsoftheuniverse.com. I'm also on Pinterest and Twitter. And I think I said, make sure you can comment me on the videos as well. I always respond to everybody, and give me a thumbs up. So until next time, I'll see you later.